I was walking through the valley with a beautiful rose. I looked into the stars and I saw such lovely clouds, a sea of protesters standing up for what's wrong, standing for injustice, standing so strong. Together, we fight. Divided, we fall. If all of us can stand tall, maybe we can make a change. Maybe we can make a difference. If policies need to be changed, we must fight to get those policies changed. Bringing in a new dawn, bringing in a new day, bringing in a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things. For what if the tables were turned and the shoes was on the other foot? For the white mainstream America, we're deemed as the savages, and the minorities were the ruler class. Unfortunately, that is not the truth. For the most part, when you've been subjugated, minorities as second-class citizens, when they've had to fight for every single right, the right to read, the right for fair housing, the right for a decent wage, the right not to be lynched by the mob for walking on the same side of the street as a white woman. When my dad asked a white woman for directions, she called the cops on him. He was trying to get to the check cashing place. He was beat by the cops. America has a sketchy history. They like to sweep minorities under the rug and sweep our problems under the gutter. But we do not exist. Black people exist on Sundays, on the sports covers of the NFL, on the pages of music magazines. When he had to tell people that they couldn't read, and if they try to read, they will be killed. That has been brainwashed into the hands of Black American society, that you are a second-class citizen to a human being that's only a few shades lighter than you are. How bizarre is that? Indentured servants, they were allowed to escape their servitude. Indentured servants who came from Europe, they were slaves too, but they were allowed to escape their servitude. Could you imagine if the Africans that were brought here on slave ships had got the same freedom as the indentured servants that came from Europe? The United States would be a totally different country, a totally different melting pot. It would be a united front. But the United States was created on separations, profiling the Native Americans as savages just for defending their land. What would happen if the Russians or the Chinese waged a war in America and told us to get the fuck out of here? We will fight back. For what was the American War of Independence? against Britain because the black people were not free. They were still slaves. They were seen as less than human. They were seen as property. But when America got its independence, the blacks, they were called savages. The Native Americans were being wiped out. They would sign these contracts with these natives and tell them it's all right. Then a year later, they were bringing the cavalry and tell you, Mr. Indian man, Mr. Chief man, get the fuck out of here, my friend. And the Indian chief would be like, but we signed this treaty with y'all. And the Americans would be like, this treaty is null and void. We've changed our minds. Now get out of here and go with somewhere else. Because we gotta build. And if you don't move, we're gonna bring the army in here and wipe you all the fuck out. But the Indians fought back. But the Americans had guns and they killed them all. And the ones that were left, they put them on reservations.